On the outskirts of a quiet seaside village called Mistwood, there stood an old lighthouse. It had long been abandoned, yet villagers often whispered about strange lights flickering from its top during stormy nights. Most villagers steered clear of the lighthouse, warning their children of ghosts and curses. But Emma, a curious and courageous 14-year-old girl, was different. With her adventurous spirit and relentless determination, Emma often spent hours at the village library reading mysteries and old tales, eager for an adventure of her own. One afternoon, as she flipped through pages of a dusty book, a faded map slipped out. Her heart raced as she unfolded it, revealing a simple path leading straight to the Forgotten Lighthouse. Her mind buzzed with excitement. Tonight, she would finally discover the truth behind the lighthouse. That evening, Emma packed her small backpack with a flashlight, notebook, pencil, and a sandwich her mother had made. Slipping out quietly, she followed the map through winding trails bordered by tall trees and gentle moonlight. The shadows danced eerily around her, and every rustling leaf made her heart beat faster. Finally, she stood before the towering structure. The lighthouse was covered in vines, and its paint had peeled away, leaving dark brick exposed. Taking a deep breath, Emma pushed open the creaking wooden door. Inside, a winding staircase spiraled upwards. The air smelled of sea salt and damp wood. Emma cautiously ascended, the staircase creaking beneath her feet. At the top, she found an old control room. Broken dials, dusty windows, and cobwebs filled the room. In the middle stood a large lantern, strangely intact. She flicked her flashlight around, noticing a diary resting on a table, covered in dust. Emma opened it, discovering pages filled with faded writing. To whoever finds this diary, know this lighthouse protects Mistwood. Keep the lantern lit every stormy night. Keeper Amos, 1932. Suddenly, the wind howled outside, and heavy rain began pounding against the glass windows. Lightning flashed outside, and Emma noticed a box of matches beside the lantern. She remembered Keeper Amos's words and decided she would try to light it. The first match snapped uselessly. The second fizzled out quickly. The third, however, ignited and set the lantern ablaze, illuminating the entire room in a comforting glow. But as the lantern shone, Emma saw something astonishing. The room seemed to shift around her, colors growing vibrant. And suddenly she heard the gentle humming of machinery. The lighthouse was alive again. Emma turned around, startled. Behind her stood a translucent figure, an elderly man in a long coat. His eyes were gentle, his presence warm rather than frightening. "Don't be afraid," he said softly. "I'm Keeper Amos. The lighthouse chose you because you dared to step forward." Emma, though shocked, felt strangely calm. "What does the lantern do?" she asked. Keeper Amos smiled kindly. "It protects our village. Without it, the ships lose their way, storms grow fierce, and Mistwood suffers." Emma understood instantly. The old tales weren't just stories, they were true. As they spoke, Emma heard a distant crash. Through the window, she saw a fishing boat caught in the violent storm, dangerously close to sharp rocks near the shore. "Keeper Amos!" she cried, panicked. "What can we do?" "You must keep the lantern lit. The lighthouse's beam will guide them safely," he said urgently. Emma noticed the lantern flickering. The flame was weakening, and she realized she'd used the last match. She glanced desperately around, spotting a small pile of wooden planks in the corner. Grabbing a plank, Emma quickly splintered it and fed the lantern's flame. Gradually, the light intensified, slicing through the storm and guiding the fishing boat safely past the rocks. The storm calmed, and Keeper Amos smiled proudly at Emma. Courage isn't about not feeling fear, Emma. It's about choosing to act despite it. You've shown great bravery and wisdom today. Emma smiled, tears of relief and pride in her eyes. I never knew I could do this, she whispered. You always could, Amos reassured. The lantern chose you because it saw your heart, your courage, and your kindness. Will you stay? Emma asked hopefully. I've waited many years for someone to guard the lighthouse. Now it's your turn, Amos said gently, his figure gradually fading into the soft glow. Emma nodded solemnly, feeling honored. In the following weeks, Emma frequently visited the lighthouse, restoring it bit by bit. She became its new guardian, guided by Keeper Amos's diary. The villagers soon noticed the changes, and Mistwood slowly overcame its fears. The lighthouse was no longer haunted in their eyes. It was a beacon of hope and protection. Emma had uncovered more than just a secret. She had discovered her own strength and bravery. Emma learned that true courage isn't about the absence of fear. It's about facing fears to help others and protect what matters. The lighthouse stood as a symbol of courage, kindness, and the power each person has within themselves, waiting for the chance to shine brightly. From that day forward, Emma and the village of Mistwood never again doubted the strength found within, even in the smallest, most forgotten corners of their world.